Hi everybody, welcome back to Shotlift Family Firewood. I'm Brian, and we failed. We failed at our goal. I wanted to fill 11 IBC totes before I left on vacation, and my guess is I'm going to end up at about 7. Our rounds, number one, there wasn't as many rounds in this pile as I thought, and not as many rounds of good wood, a lot of punky stuff, and quite a bit of boiler stuff in here, knotty and crotch stuff. So we did not hit our goal. We filled the 4.5 or so last week. I filled 1 during the week, and there should be at least 2 in this trailer. However, that's only going to net us about a positive of 3 IBC cages with all the bundles that we've sold this week over the 4th of July week. And I sold 2 baskets of bulk wood this weekend as well. So we are only about a net positive of 3 baskets in the last 2 weeks. So it's a good problem to have. We're selling wood, but we need to be making it and making it faster. We're leaving on vacation in 2 days. So I've just got all the stuff I got to do before then, and we're not going to have any more time. So we are, let me show you around here. I'll show you what we got done, show you where we're at, and then we'll go up and we'll probably stack this stuff too. But yeah, I'll show you where you're at. All right, so we have a bunch of shorts, boiler wood, and then some big chunks, and even the big chunks are mostly punky. I split a lot of them up, or a few of them up already, trying to find some good wood in them, but a lot of them are punky. And then just a whole bunch of shorts, so that's all boiler wood. I got a whole basket, or whole skid loader bucket over here, boiler wood that I split up or threw in there from there. We have a massive pile of scrap around the splitter. And being that we're going to be gone, I think we're going to get the splitter out of here. I still didn't address the broken weld on the conveyor, so we might take care of that as well. We're just going to clean up a little bit down here today before we have to leave on vacation. So yeah, let's get this out of here. Alright guys, you see those clouds forming back there? They're saying we got rain coming, so I was going to wait until tonight to kind of beat the heat, do this at dusk type of thing, but I want to get this splitter out of here because we're going to be done splitting. While I'm gone, I'll put it in the shed, and we need to unhook the conveyor and stuff, so we're going to do this and get this splitter out of here. So we will probably start by unhooking the conveyor, trying to spin that out of the way, and then we'll dump the bucket of boiler wood into the bin over there, and then we'll get the splitter packaged up, ready to pull up to the shed. So let's get after it. All right, if you haven't seen this setup before, so we're gonna clean a little bit out here. And by cranking up on the jack here, it lifts the conveyor off the ground. And what we're doing now is just making more room to try and get the debris out of there. So, alright, so there we have a ball welded to the conveyor. And what we're going to do is take that out, and that drops out. So now we can move the conveyor out of the way. Alright, so the conveyor is pulled out of the way. We can dump the bucket in the boiler bin, and then we'll put the forks on and get the splitter hooked up. And that's how easy that splitter moves. So let's get that up to the shed. Well, would you look at that? We got in the splitter in the shed and the skid loader in the shed just in the nick of time. First few raindrops. And yeah, so let me turn the lights on quick. Got the splitter in the shed, and it'll sit here all week while I'm on vacation. And then when I get back, it's gonna be time to go again. So tonight, now that I did this, tonight we'll come out here when it cools down, and it'll be bundle making time. So we need to get probably about 35 bundles made up before we leave. So okay, we got about half our bundles made. You guys don't need to see that every time, but I've got about 10 of the 0.75 and 6 of the 1.25 cubic foot bundles. So really I probably have enough of the big ones, but I want to make another 10 of the at least another 10, if not 15, of the 0.75 cubic foot, so that I have a stockpile for the gas station to grab if they need. Those 10 will fill up, or I'm anticipating that 10 will fill them up, but it could be 15, up to 15. And then I want about that many in reserve, so when I'm gone they can take care of it. I also brought the conveyor up. You didn't show you that because it was raining, but I brought the conveyor up here, and before we take it back down to the wood yard, I will address that weld, that broken weld. So yeah, we're making progress here. So we're burning through some kiln wood here, but it is cooled off outside a bit, but it is still warm in the shed. So I'm gonna leave the door open tonight, and I'm gonna come out early tomorrow and try and finish the bundle making, and then I'm gonna try and stack that load of wood. So yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. All right, so we didn't even fill quite 2 of them up as far as we usually do, but that's okay. I'll be able to stack the one on top of the other when I store them, so that'll actually work out all right. But yeah, we are done. I got a little bit of oak. There was a couple of rounds of oak in here that we split, and we're gonna put those separate. A little bit of debris to dump out. But the trailer is empty, and we're going to take it to work with us tomorrow. And there's somebody in the neighborhood around my work that cut a ash tree down and said I could have it around. So I think he's going to load it up while I'm working tomorrow, and we'll have that to bring home with us. Alright guys, that's going to call this a video. We failed on our splitting goal, but we got a lot accomplished. So there's a trailer load of ash we just picked up on lunch break at work, and we're going fishing. Gonna be on vacation for a week. So yeah, thanks for watching. See you on the next one.